gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Sponsored by Andrea Mason, Press Play, Plan Life According to You, LLC. Take care of your mental health. Find inner peace by rediscovering and loving you for who you truly are. Take advantage of this exclusive offer and choose to press play today. Thank you.
Everybody, December 1st, we've got two awesome entertainment things for you in Williston, Florida. They're at the Envids Post 444. We've got live comedy and we got live pro wrestling. And as you can tell on the back, I see my pretty self because I am officially going to be there. That's right, guys. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, American Prodigy, is coming in at a big toy drive event. All you have to do is bring an unwrapped gift. So, guys, December 1st at the Envids Post 444, Williston, Florida. Be there!
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? This is the host of the Buzzing With Marlowe Podcast, and I am yours truly, Warren Marlowe. And ladies and gentlemen, rumble back because it is episode 185. That's right, guys. I am here, and it is live. That's right, guys. I hope everybody's doing well. Happy Friday. The weekend is here. We are 1 week away from the festivities of Thanksgiving. We have a big event coming up this upcoming Sunday, next Sunday in Williston, Florida. We're going to talk more about that. As you saw from the opening, he will be there. You know, this shiny guy right here, he promises he will smile. But, guys, we've got a lot to cover. It's been a while. It's going to be a lot of fun that we got going on. We got Thanksgiving coming up. You know, when we talk about football, you know, one of my teams literally got beat like it was a basketball game. I've never seen that. Trevor Lawrence, please come back. We beg you. Please come back. But my Miami Hurricanes, they need to go over and whoop on Wake Forest this upcoming week. Tomorrow, we have got to win out, man. I'm tired of everybody talking about Miami don't deserve to be in the top rankings right now. Cam Ward is that guy. We need to win out. We got 2 games. All we need to do is win those 2. We're in the ACC and we're in the playoffs, the 12-team playoffs, and get what we rightfully deserve. We've got a lot of things when we talk about, you know, with family stuff, all that, man. If you didn't, make sure you check out Commission Talks that happened on Wednesday, man. We didn't really even talk about what went around with wrestling this week. We just had some fun games, you know, talk about what's good, what's the draw, what's not, what do we want, what do we need. Obviously, the big crazy thing everybody's talking about is the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight. I didn't really get to watch it live, but I heard about it, and I really was thinking Mike was gonna pull it off. But man, shout out to Mike Tyson. He literally overcame it all 8 rounds, win or loss. I mean, dude's 58 years old and still was in a boxing ring at the pace and worked with a guy like Jake Paul. A lot of people give Jake Paul crap, man, but Jake Paul literally he's one of those guys that you could see in the upcoming radars. Now, obviously, we want to challenge him and see what he's going to do with boxing standpoint. And if he goes against Canelo or something like that, I don't know about that one. But Jake Paul did win. Mike Tyson, I still give him a round of applause. 58 years old, trained his butt off for that fight. I don't know if Mike Tyson needs to be in the pro wrestling realm, because I think Mike did a lot of selling aspect to get that show out. So definitely was an interesting thing. But also, guys, we need to talk about the ones that pay the bills. As you tell, I feel very energetic. I feel very up and ready because I was using, ladies and gentlemen, that really good website, w.gg. I was using that W Generalist Energy. That's right, guys. You see those mini flavors. I just put a scoop of Big Energy Tears in my cup, and I am ready to go. Best thing is, guys, if you are sensitive to caffeine, stuff like that, it's Generalist. It's not those pre-workouts that make you want to run through a wall or make you shake, make you itch. It's literally good flavoring supplements that literally, it's only like minimum, I think, 75 milligrams of caffeine. If you put up a half of a scoop, give you a try. Also, if you're unsure what flavors, you can get you a sample flavor pack, and it includes a shaker bottle. You can get stickers, hats, hoodies, t-shirts. All you got to do is type in promo code BUZZ20 with a capital B to get 10% off of your purchase. Shout out to W. Always giving Buzzing with Marlowe Nation that journalist energy. Also, guys, we have got some new merch, breaking news on it. And I'm talking about Bonfire/Buzzing with Marlowe. As you know, he is going to be in Williston, Florida next Sunday. So obviously we got some American Prodigy t-shirts. That's right, guys. We focused on the youth this time. Kids, we have so many sizes for them. Obviously, it's getting kind of chilly, even in Florida. So obviously the hoodies, the long sleeves are a good idea to, get you through the weather and stuff like that. As you can tell, man, we got Mr. Red, White, Blue. You got the American flag on the back. Also, we've got our trademark, every setback makes one heck of a comeback. If you want to always feel like you have been in the rock bottom moment, just know the setback always makes that patiently, that good comeback, man. That's something that we talk about in pro wrestling. You always overcome a fight, underdog story. So go in there and get you one of those. It might be a little bit more expensive, guys, but it's because how in-depth that logo is on the back. So obviously it's for a good quality need. You have tank tops, t-shirts, v-necks, long sleeves. If you want to buy a tank top, guys, even in Florida, it's a little windy right now. So it's a little bit out of tank top season, but we do have our tank tops. Ladies, we have the Razorbacks. So I know we've getting a lot of requests. We've got those. Obviously, we got morphing into season 5, last season's logo, one of our popular logos. So obviously, you got every type of shirt with that one. The Razorbacks are our biggest sell. I guess the ladies love morphing into season 5. We also have hats, t-shirts, hoodies, you name it, it's there. We're also getting another merch store coming up. We will announce that for the new year. We will also be getting American Prodigy hats. I know that's been a request. And of course, we have the OG Buzzing with Marlowe logo right there. Obviously, our hats. Wintertime's coming. You want to get those beanies with the pom-poms. You want to be nice and stylish. That's the way to go. Obviously, guys. So, round of applause. I've got a great announcement. Like I said last week's episode, we are doing 20% off of all Buzzing with Marlowe purchases, and that's going to be going through the holidays. That's right. So all the way till Christmas Day, we will be doing 20% off of all your purchases. So all you got to do is type in the promo code BUZZ20 with a capital B. You will get 20% off on all your purchase, all of it. I mean, I'm probably not gonna make too much off of it, but it's a holiday giveaway, man. That's something I feel like that's needed for y'all. Hard work, everything, you know. I think that's a great appreciation just to thank y'all for what y'all have done for me for this season, what we've done with this year, the support we've had, with the Buzzing with Gaming channel, the support we've had, with Commission Talks, the support we have with the OTTR Nation. I mean, we've got a lot of things that has just been very thankful for. And of course, I want to thank one of these upcoming promotions, CPW, Clash Pro Wrestling. They have got a big event next Sunday. If you are in the Williston, Florida area, if it's not too far, you do not want to miss this. We have got live pro wrestling and comedy. That's right, guys. Pro wrestling early, comedy after. So there's going to be a lot of entertainment factors, man. It's a toy drive. All you have to do, you're not paying a dime for a ticket. You're bringing an unwrapped gift to the venue, and you get in just from the unwrapped gift. I don't know how that's not even a better offer, man. You get to help a kid that doesn't get to have the best luxuries. You get a really awesome gift, and you get to get in a venue, watch pro wrestling, and you get to watch a comedy show. I don't think you can get a better offer than that. So obviously there's a big lineup that's going to be talked about, and there's a certain individual that is also going to be at the show, and he's facing a very good friend of ours. So obviously we are ready to bring our guests, guys. So obviously the countdown's going to go 30 to 1. We will be joined with Rafael Gonzalez, a.k.a. Hound Dog. That's right, man. So ladies and gentlemen, that countdown starts in 3, 2, 1 right now. Let's get it. I am joined with Rafael Hound Dog Gonzalez. How you doing, my friend?
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Hey, man, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. It is Friday.
Yeah. In Puerto Rico, it's party time.
Oh man, I think anywhere right now that's party time. These weeks it drags out, especially with the time change. So it's like that's been a little bit like I feel like it's just been constantly punching us down. So
Yeah.
It's a relief. It's like it's finally here. It's finally here. So how are you doing, man?
Man, I'm blessed. I'm alive. I get a chance to do what I do best, which is professional wrestling, and that's it, man. Just living life, man. Still trying to make it big.
Hey, I love it, man. I love it. So, like you just said, man, you do something with pro wrestling and stuff like that. So what's the bio on you? I know we looked at it. And you are 25 years in.
Yes, sir. 25.
25 years.
All right, I started in '99, and I'm still going strong.
All right, man.
Getting a little bit old, but I'm still getting strong.
Yourself. If anybody doesn't know you, tell us a little bit about yourself, my friend.
Well, again, my name is Rafael Gonzalez. Most people know me as the Puerto Rican Hound Dog. Everyone calls me Dog. I've been wrestling for 25 years. I've wrestled in some of the biggest companies in the world as IWA in Puerto Rico, World Wrestling Council for Carlos Colon. I've wrestled at WXW here in Florida for Alpha the Wild Samoan, and currently wrestle at WWN as well. And just I'm head trainer there. Plus, I have my own promotion and training location named Amp Wrestling. And yeah, I just several champions. I've been to England and wrestled. Like I've been doing this for a while.
I love it. I love it, man. Like you just said, man, you did this 25 years in pro wrestling. Like a
Hmm.
lot that's something to brag about because this ain't easy. And me with only 10 years in, the funny thing is when we first get in, they say, hey, watch your bump card. Hey, when
Yeah.
you're young and you stupid, like I'm saying it perfect. When you're young and stupid, you going to take the risk and stuff like that. And when I got like 4 or 5 years in, I'm just like, ooh, that's what they mean by the
That's
bump
what they
card.
mean.
So
Well,
man,
in my
tell us,
case, it,
yeah,
in
go
my case, it was a little different. I felt I always had to prove myself because I always been the guy that wasn't supposed to make it and wasn't supposed to be able to do stuff. So I
ahead.
would out bump everyone.
Okay.
Doesn't matter what size you were. You could have been 190 pounds and be a cruiserweight. You weren't going to out bump me. You weren't going to outwork me. And that was my mentality. So I'm a different breed. I just started slowing down. Maybe the last 5 years, I've started slowing down on my bump card.
It's starting to get some validation.
Yeah, yeah.
I like that. I like that. So, man, how did you get into pro wrestling? Let's start it from the beginning.
Well, like everyone, and I say this at school, uh, we're all marks. I don't care who you think you are, who you say you are. Everyone starts being a mark. And I was a
Yeah.
big mark in wrestling. My favorite wrestler was Owen Hart. I was a big Owen and Bret Hart fan. Um, and that's what started me, just watching it. And then I was living in New York, and we were watching some pay-per-views, and one of my friends said, you look like a Samoan. You look like a wrestler. You should learn to be a wrestler. And I'm looking, I'm like, "Ah." Like I love it, but I can't do that. And then uh, I uh, I then proceeded to move back to Puerto Rico. And
Mhm.
when I moved into Puerto Rico, I started looking for schools. And then
Yeah.
I met a guy named Shane Sewell who was in TNA. He was actually a ref in TNA for a bit, and then
Okay.
started wrestling in TNA. And he sent me to a place. I didn't like it. I was like, this place is with the birds. This guy's
Yeah.
slow. I learned. I need the
Quick movement. Yeah.
ADHD. When I was growing there, ADHD wasn't a thing. You were just hyperactive and you just wouldn't pay attention. I needed to move, and
Mhm.
I left and went somewhere else.
I love that. I love how you say that because a lot of people don't realize, man, a lot of guys, and this is something that's shocking to me. A lot of people are shy when it comes to pro wrestling. Like a lot of pro wrestlers, they
Yeah.
don't like being in large crowds, but it is something when you have the gear on and you're in the ring, like it's like it doesn't phase them. But so many
No.
people are not like being in large crowds, but we want the biggest draw when we come to venues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I
I don't
always thought
mind. I
that
don't
was something
care.
weird at times.
I don't care. In my family, my mom used to love singing. Not saying
Mhm.
she was doing it professionally and stuff, but she loved singing. And my sister would do a lot of talent shows. My sister Maria, my older sister, she'd do talent shows and sing. So being in front of a crowd and doing stuff wasn't I wasn't shy. Like she
Right.
brought me up a few times, and I thought I was like little Michael Jackson doing dances with her and kid and play with the kicks and shit. But
I like
that
that.
didn't shy me away. When I was in high school, a lot of people don't notice, but I'm really good at what I do because I took like drama class.
Mhm.
So I my I was taught how to do certain things and act. So I can literally turn on over. Like right now I'm talking to you normal, and then in 5 seconds I'll be like, "Hi, my guy, how you doing?" And says, "My name is Lola, and it's good to see you. You're so nice." I could just turn it on and turn it off, and it doesn't matter. I don't mind being in front of a crowd. It's just some of us are bred that way that we can just be there. We'll be nervous, but we're not scared. Nervous and scared are two different things.
I like that. So what so obviously every pro wrestler has had this. So what was the first introduction when I say quote unquote your introduction into the indies? Obviously me watching pro wrestling for the longest time, me getting in it, my first match I'm getting close to the venue. I'm super excited. I'm watching John Cena versus somebody on WrestleMania. Like, I'm like, man, this is gonna be my moment. This is gonna be fun. Like, we're gonna be in a big venue. We're gonna go crazy. And you go to a venue that doesn't make it, kind of kills that fire down moment that you had going into after you watching WrestleMania and then going to your first independent event. So what was your first encounter?
So here's the thing. Some people, it might happen like that. Me was the opposite. And the reason was it was enough. I say this now, and after I think about it, 25 years ago, thinking about it now, I'm like, wow. I was so nervous. I didn't care if it was 20 people attend there. I cared to have a good match. I wanted people to look at me and go, this guy's going to do something. I wrestled, like, I got wrestled. So a guy who helped train me, his name is, oh my God. I honestly, to this day, I still don't remember his first name. I always remembered his last name. And when it comes to my culture in Puerto Rico, a lot of stuff is you use their last name. Hey, Mr. Gonzalez, Mr. Rodriguez, very respectful. Or in his case, his name was Icon Numero Uno, Hawk number one. And I was a tag match against him and this other guy. And I got my ass handed to me the whole time. I got my ass whooped. And when we got to the back, my locker room etiquette was taught to me since day one. So instead of me being mad about the ass whooping I got, my reaction was, thank you. I would love to do this again. And it'd be an honor to do it with you. And
I love that.
I got so much respect out of that because he purposely was beating me because he wanted me to quit. And I was trained old school. So if you beat me up, so be it. I'm going to take it and I might dish it back. And I'm going to laugh and I'm going to enjoy it.
How the introduction is to that, like, they literally try to break you in. And usually it's in training. But if you do wrestle, other shows, that's why there is, which is, thank God, really good wrestling schools that you go for, you do your showcase and stuff. You really get your talent over a showcase, get that approval, you do the excelling and stuff like that. That is a good thing to get in. Now, like you just said, it was tougher for y'all because it wasn't just a particular training school and then you go and get booked and stuff like that. You're literally, you got in, all right, now you got to go get your bookings. Now you got to go get your stuff. Don't have a clue who this opponent is.
Well, and like you just said. Not only that, but like in the cases in Puerto Rico, because that's what I traded Puerto Rico. The company could have been just saying you're one
of the comments in the episode.
Yeah. One of the guys, like, they would train you, whatever. You go to these shows, and it could be your real promotion, but they didn't use the guys from the thing to why are we gonna have you work this guy? You train with him all the time, so your matches are gonna be flawless. No. We're bringing talent in so you can go against a different person that you're not used to. And that way you can learn what it's like to be in the business. And that's a whole different thing. Like the way I run my school is, and it's both schools, I do it the same.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I always appreciate it. All right. Check a second. All right, guys, hold on a moment. Shout out to everyone that's watching on YouTube and on Facebook right now. We are doing really good. All right, there he is. He's back.
Hi. So like I was saying, the way I train my guys, like I said, was I want to make money. No matter how much I want, one of the things you have to want to make is money. And when I train, I want to make money. But at the same time that I want to get paid to train these guys, I don't want them to think that, oh, it's handed to you. No, no,
Right.
no. You're going to earn it. You want this opportunity. You want to be able to start wrestling. You need to earn it because I earned it. I earned my keep. And I will be as honest and loving and respectable as possible because my rule is once you start training with me, you're my little brother. All the students that are there before you, they're your brothers too. And if one of them sees you mess up, they pay for not helping you. So example, hypothetically, what's the first thing you learn in wrestling?
You learn a character word. You learn
No,
how to.
no. That's the first thing when you're starting to train, you're brand new. What's the first thing you learn in wrestling? A roll,
You
right?
learn how to- Yep.
You know how to roll, right? If the guy that's been doing this for 6 months is seeing you do the roll wrong and I haven't corrected him, mind you, I purposely don't correct a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Not because I don't want them to do it right, because I want to make sure that you do it just as good or can see the mistake and correct it. That means you're learning. At the same time, I'm teaching the new guy, you're learning because you're remembering whatever you were taught in the beginning.
Mhm.
That's the repetitive of it. It's great to sit there and have the trainer do it. I don't mind. I'll do it all day. I do it, but I like seeing my guys catch mistakes
Right.
because if they don't catch it, that means one, they don't care about anyone around them except themselves, and I'm not about that. And two, they don't care enough of their craft to not pick that apart because if they don't pick it apart, then they're going to do it at shows and they mess up
Yeah.
at shows in front of the fans. Then people go, well, that's shitty or whatever. No, you don't want to sit there and people say how shitty you look. No, they want you to be the best. You want to look the best. That's how I was trained. That's how
I
I
like
train
that.
everyone else.
I like that, man. So obviously you did say your first match you just got you got beat up
Oh, I
pretty
got
well. So
pummeled.
like how many
I
matches
got,
was it until you really started feeling like you were really being a part of it and getting better?
it took me a year to actually feel that I was doing something.
Right.
Like I was by the year I had all these moves. I could do cross bodies, springboards, all this cool stuff. But in Puerto Rico, and unfortunately, many old school trainers, they were about one thing, and that was money. They didn't care if you were good or not. They wanted to get your money. So no one taught the other stuff, character work. No one taught other stuff like um, psychology. So I had to learn that later on. I had tryouts with the companies in Puerto Rico, big companies, and no one no one sat there and said, hey, you can work, you can do all these great moves, but where's the story? Where's the excitement? Where's the up and down in the match? Where do you got me feeling bad for you? Or where do you got me really hating you? What's that mean? Like it took me a year and almost 2 years at that point to be able to learn what psychology was.
Mhm.
And once I
Did that
learned what
bug you?
psychology
Did
was,
that bug you for a
huh,
while? Because like you just said, you could do all the moves and stuff like that. Did that really like make you really go, man, am I meant for this? Like how I know
no, not
I'm
really, because I did
along.
all the moves and I got reactions. But the problem was I'm not getting the right reaction
Right. You're just getting reactions based off of that moment,
off the
that
move,
pop.
of
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
yeah, of the pop of that move. I did a drop kick that I kicked the 6'6" guy in the face. I got a pop because I drop kicked him.
Yep.
And then he would bump, but they didn't pop because
And it dies
I
out
earned
right
the
after
bump.
that pop. Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't the same. Like it took me a while. And then it took a guy named, and you're gonna love this guy because everyone loves this guy, Chris Candido, the late Chris Candido. I met him in Puerto Rico. Don't get me wrong, there was two or three guys before who tried to explain it to me, but they I couldn't understand, I couldn't grasp it. And here comes Chris Candido. He tells me, um, we're hanging out, and I invite him over for dinner. And he obviously, any of the boys are always willing and ready to get a free meal. And and he
Don't
was
think
like,
anybody's
"Well, what's for?"
turning that down.
He's like, "What's for dinner?" And I was like, "Well, I'm making some white rice and some Spanish shrimp and this and salad." He was like, "I'm down." So I got him to the house, whatever. Not we're cooking, we're talking, and I tell him I want to kind of pick your brain. And as we're talking, he goes, "What's up?" And I go, What the hell is psychology?" And he goes, "You don't know what psychology is?" I said, "No." And he goes, "Let me see one of your matches. Do you have any?" I was like, "Yeah, I got a few." I put up a match. He's watching it. He goes, "You move pretty good for a guy your size." And I'm not that. Honestly, I'm not. I'm not 300 pounds still. At that point, I'm like 230, 225. I'm fairly smaller than what I am now. He goes, "You move really well." He goes, "Take that shit off." He goes, "Do you have anything with any? But yeah, do you have something with me on it? And not ECW, please, no ECW. Everyone remembers my ECW, and that's great, but not ECW." And I went, "Okay." I got Smoky Mountain Wrestling. And he goes, "Put it on." He goes, which matches you have?" And I was like, "I got this one, and I got Night of Legends." And he says, "Put that one on." I don't know if you ever seen Night of Legends, Smoky Mountain Wrestling. You have Lance Storm and Chris Jericho as the Thrill Seekers against the Heavenly Bodies, and Heavenly Bodies had just come from WWE to
A
wrestle.
lot of people don't know about those guys that like Chris
Nope.
Jericho and Lance Storm were.
They were a tag team, the Thrill Seekers. They were great, and that's the event that he had broken his arm, and then he got busted open that during the day he broke his arm that day, and then in the match he busted up and he's blood everywhere, broken arm, and still wrestling, and they had to stop the match. But we fast forward to his match, and this is great too because you got probably one of the greatest tag team and probably the most sympathetic babyface I've ever seen in my life, and that's you talk about the Rock and Roll Express and Robert Gibson and oh my god, I always forget the other one, Ricky Morton, and
the one that's still wrestling.
yeah, and that is probably and that kills me because I'm so excited talking about it that I kind of like forgot. But Ricky Morton was probably the most sentimental babyface in the business. It was like he would wrestle, and it's like he went to a Michael Jackson concert, and he would touch a girl and they'd faint. You know what I'm saying? Like that bad. And he wrestled, and it was primetime Brian Lee and Candido with Tammy Cinch as a valet, and they had this match. And the whole time, Ricky Morton is trying to get to the corner, and that's the match. And I understood it. I understood it at that point because I was like, bro, these people are mad because he hasn't been able to get the tag. And every time he's going to get the tag, they stop him and beat him up. Yep. And then he's trying to go for the tag, and they stop him and beat him up. I'm like, oh my God. And then I saw myself getting excited from watching it and understanding. This look better. I just want to make sure you can see me. It's starting to look dark. And that's the moment I understood what psychology was. And then when I had my tryout in IWA, I killed it to the point that I had probably the best match of the night, and we were the first match. So
those
that's when I started.
The fun ones, in my opinion. The first matches are always the fun ones because
I have a rule.
You get to test the crowd, you get to see where the flow goes, and more importantly, it's up to you to get people to invest into the overall show.
Bam, bam, bam. You just hit it. Click, click, click. Bro, if you were a sharpshooter, you would have shot that bitch 3 times and hit it all in the blank. Here's the thing. A lot of people feel that the main event is the most important match of the night. No. That is the second most important.
Yep.
The most important is the setup match, the first match, because you set the tone of the night. And if I have a killer match with you and we're here and the fans are, the next match will have an easy night. The following one should have an easy night.
Should
because
have
I
an
set
easy
them up for you.
life. Should have an
I
easy
said
life.
should. I didn't say it was. They
I've been on a
should
couple of
because
shows. I ain't trying to drag nobody, but we had
I'm not gonna.
it up to
I'm not gonna
here,
say
and
names,
it died
but
down to this instantly, and I
I
was just
have
like,
gone.
wow.
I have gone as a first match. I've gone to shows that I come back from intermission, and I've elevated the match to the point that the fans are up here. And then the next match, the following match, they do something that just kills it. So now the
Yeah.
main event has to work twice as hard. The whole point is to keep the roller coaster ride per match, not per show. We don't want them to be No, you want to be
Up,
the
and
whole
just keep
way.
rolling with it. Just keep rolling. Yep.
Yes, and that's what's missing in wrestling. A lot of people feel that they ask questions, well, what's missing in wrestling? Guys understanding that they need to keep every match needs to keep them as high as you can.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use this as a reference. I don't do any drugs. This is my drug. That feeling I get
It's
for
the best
wrestling in front of a
reference.
crowd.
I mean, this is a dangerous drug. It really is. Like
This is because
this ain't
listen,
good for your body.
I broke my ribs a couple months ago. Someone job kicked me. They didn't mean to, but they job kicked me and broke my ribs. I was so mad because not only did I lose about a month and a half or 2 months of work, paid shows, good paid shows, because I had a few set up that were going to pay me well. I lost those times, and now I'm had to play catch up, trying to get back in the rhythm because I had 2 months of not working out, not moving in the ring, and I have to train my guys, and I have to depend on others. So I'm the type of person that I can't. I got to get in there. I got to move around. If I don't, I get stressed. I get mad. I get aggravated. So I'm just that type of person. I do things a certain way.
So I gotta know. So what's the difference between Hound Dog, the Puerto Rican Hound Dog, and obviously Lola? What's the difference with them?
Well, so Hound Dog is a true extension of Rafael Gonzalez. When I was a kid, I was always confident, but no one liked me, or they didn't. Not that they liked me, but they picked on me. So I was a short, fat kid. Hound Dog. I know I already cussed a few times, but can I cuss? Am I allowed to?
Yeah. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Okay. Hound Dog is that I don't give a fuck who you are. You get in my face, I'm gonna punch you in the mouth. And if you get in my face again, I'm gonna bite your fucking nose off. I am the Hound Dog is the guy that does not want to take and will not let you take advantage of him and will not let you disrespect him or anyone around him. It doesn't matter who it is. If you disrespect one of my students and I'm there, it's your ass. If you disrespect someone in front of me, regardless student or not, it's your ass. Because at the end of the day, no one should be treated like shit.
Right.
And that's the main thing. That's who Hound Dog is. Lola is the other extension of Hound Dog. He's the person that understands that life is hard enough as it is. So instead of us being so serious and so mad, let's have some fun.
Mm-hmm.
I got someone that got offended because I was doing Lola, and then they were mad because I'm not gay. I am not non-binary. I don't want to be disrespectful to the people that might be listening to this that have that.
Right.
Are that I don't understand it. I respect, but I don't understand. But I had someone got offended because they felt that I shouldn't be doing that. It's rude. It's wrong. And my answer to them was, what's the definition of gay? Isn't it happy? So if that's the definition of gay, get off my back and keep on being gay. Be happy. Life is too short to be mad, miserable. We got a lot of that already. Don't feel offended because of what I'm doing. Bro, embrace what I'm doing and put a smile on your face because I'm not disrespecting your people.
In a way, you're showing representation, and not only representation, you're showing that it's like, hey, it's okay.
It's okay.
Like, you know,
Exactly.
and that's something that we learn with pro wrestling is we always tell people is to think outside the box. And, you know, really, this is something when we look at it, and I tell people all the time, we're somebody's relief. Like, regardless of what they went through that week or whatever, they're going to come to that show this weekend to escape. And that's something that we've got to do, is take them on a ride to where they go, oh my God, I don't even remember that rent just took half my paycheck today. Like,
I
stuff
had
like
a
that.
shitty day. I came to this show. There was a
And
fat
I
guy
came
dressed like
out
a thought you
better.
would chick.
Like, this was
And
my
that dude
therapy.
had me laughing for the whole time. Not
Yep.
only that, bro, he dared to kiss this other fat guy over there. He didn't know. It- It's just something for you not to think about your shitty life, because most of our lives, and it sounds fucked up to say it, but most of our lives are shitty. We have a hard life. Right now, some people know, some people might not. The last hurricane, it took my house. I'm living at my sister's until I get my house fixed. We appreciate it, but we're not fully comfortable. So we sleep in my car. So that way we have some comfortability. My life, as bad as it is, my life is good. I'm alive. I'm here. I get to do I get right now, I'm here doing this with you. I got a show in about an hour and a half. I'm excited. Why? Because man, I could be doing so much other stuff. Bro, I'm like everyone else. You can't tell me that for someone to tell me I'm depressed and nothing's gonna make me feel better. Bro, depression is there. It's a problem.
It
We
is.
get
It
it.
is.
But let's do something not to do the drastic stuff. Let's find a way to get out of
I
that.
tell people, let's not be a statistic. Like, that's
I
something I look at it that way.
When I
You
was
don't
younger,
want to
I
be a
almost
statistic.
became 2000, I almost became a statistic. I almost put a bullet in my head. A lot of people don't know that side of me. I was in a dark place. And when I say that, even though me and God we have this type of relationship, God saved my life in 2000. I had a gun in my house. I was keeping it for a friend. It was loaded. I was drinking. I put it to my head and pulled the trigger, and nothing happened. Safety was off. Everything was up. Nothing happened. God protected me that day because my cousin came over and I was like, "Yo, this gun don't work." And he goes, "What you talking about?" He started shooting outside my house. Like nothing.
Wow.
God protected me.
That had to strike
There's
deep
things
with
that people there's people right now that need to understand, bro. Life is hard. Our job is to find a way to get through it. Look for someone to help us get through it. I listen, I'm probably the worst person to talk because I don't talk to everyone. But I will listen to you. If you call me right now, yo, dog, man, my cat died. My wife was sleeping with the lawnmower guy. And then she slept with the mailman. And then she left me to sleep with my dad. I'll
Oh,
sit
wow.
here and listen. I'll listen because that's sometimes what you need.
Yep.
Sometimes you just need to listen. But if you think automatically no one's gonna talk or listen to me, no one cares. No, is this the problem that we have as people is that we want to help you, we want to listen, but we don't want you to sit there and have people you want people to feel sorry for you. I
Mhm.
cannot do that. I cannot feel sorry for you. I can feel your pain. I can feel how you feeling. I can see where you at. I'm gonna try to get you to move forward, but I cannot sit here and feel sorry
I like,
for you
I like that
because the
concept
moment
because
I feel sorry for you, you know what happens? Then you don't progress.
you just
You're
stay
gonna
you stay
stay stuck,
flatline. You stay flatline.
bro.
Yep.
I don't want to stay stuck. I want to move forward. This is why I do wrestling too. Wrestling is what saved me. Off of the Wild Samoan, when I got here, I was depressed like a motherfucker. Off of the Wild Samoan gave me a place to work, and he saved me.
Rest in peace to Alpha as well. Rest in peace. I like how you
People need
said
to
that.
just it. Some people don't realize that everyone has something awesome and magnificent to give out to the world. It could be anything. Bro, I know people that sit there in the streets and they make these little flowers with the palm trees. That's a gift. Like, to do that, I wish I could do one of those. I would make it for my wife and be like, "Hey, babe, look what I made for you." I can't do that. You know what I can do? I can find that guy or lady that's making them, and I can give them $20 and buy 5 of them,
Just because it's Wednesday type gift.
and say, "Babe, look, I was thinking about you. It's Monday here, and I'll do it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday."
Get some
But
brownie points, get some brownie points to the loving.
but at the end of the day, bro, like, people people want people want and need stuff, but no one wants to just look past the problem.
Right.
Bro, sometimes you can't fix every problem that comes in front of you. You just gotta work through it. Life is like life is a giant quicksand box. We just gotta walk through it and try not to get caught and not let it drown us. We just gotta move forward. And I love wrestling for that, because wrestling gave me that outlet to stay here, to be able to wrestle with my son, train my son, to be able to see my children grow. Wrestling did that for me, and I could never, I don't, I'm very grateful for that.
I like how you said that, because I always use a metaphor as we always build our own quicksand. We always
Mhm.
bound, if we're head up, that's good. But we also got to learn, when we start dying down, what are we going to do? Are we going to continue to digress? Or are we going to literally go, hey man, it's time to, something's got to
Oh,
switch. We got to look at
hey,
something
there's
to
a rope
change it up.
there. Hey, there's a rope there. Let me pull that. Let me grab on that rope to
Exactly.
keep on coming out.
See, I like how
That's
you
all
say
it
that,
is.
because a lot of people, and this is something that does bother me at times, like you just said, I will hear you out, but people treat that like a competition. Oh man, I'm sorry you lost your grandmother, but I lost my grandmother, 5 years, blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, I appreciate you telling me that. I appreciate you hearing me out, but that's not gonna help me. That's flatline. That's not gonna make anything beneficial for either party. I mean, unless you're just
I'll
trying to,
listen. I'll
you need to
listen.
vent it out. Like, I don't
Give it to me.
understand why
I'll
you're saying
listen.
that.
But with that being said, I got an option for you. This is what we can do. Try this. This will help you. I'm not saying it'll be great, but try something.
I like
That's
that.
all it is.
Yep. So I gotta ask, what's the most difficult thing of being a trainer compared to you just being an independent pro wrestler? What's the biggest difference?
I hate hearing can't.
Yes.
That's, to me, again, and I say this a lot. A lot of people go, "He's saying it again." I weigh 335 pounds. I do backflips. Don't tell me you can't. Can't is an excuse, bro. If you broke a leg, and you tell me I can't walk because I broke my leg, that's a different story. But when I see guys that are my size doing the stuff that we see them do on TV, don't tell me that. When you got me, your trainer, saying, "Oh, you can't do this. Give me a second. Move that mat out the way. Boom, boom, backflip. Boom." And they look at you like, "I can do it." So I can't stand that. And I can't stand between that and not giving it 120%. You can tell me there's only 100%. No. In my mind, I'm only going to give you as much as I can give you. If you give me 50%, that's what I'm going to train you with. If you give me 100, I'm going to give you 100. If you give me as much as you can, hard in your all the time, boom, 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 then I'm going to be there, boom, boom, boom with you. Because you're giving it to me. So if you give it to me, I'll give it right back. I want you to be better.
I like that. I like that concept, like you just said, man. You want, if even if they're doing it wrong, you want them to learn. Hey, fix it, figure it out. Like obviously, I know some guys when they'll go, "Hey man, my shoulder hurts from taking the arm drag the way I take." Well, you might need
Oh,
to learn
maybe
how
you
to
should
change
listen to
it.
me.
You might need to
Yeah.
learn how to get over a little bit more. And that's something that drove me nuts is I could do most of the moves when I first started. The biggest one that I had trouble for some reason is going up and over on a damn arm drag. Like that thing used to drive me nuts, which that's one of my main moves in my arsenal now is my arm drags. I'm really known for the arm drag. So it's like me taking an arm drag was like the biggest mind boggling thing that ever happened when I first started.
Yep.
And it used to drive me nuts. No lie, I would put obviously this tells you how early on it was. I would put a mattress on the floor and just flip until I could not flip anymore because like I had
But
that mentality when I played basketball and stuff like that. I would always constantly be out there shooting, jump shot, jump shot, jump shot to get better. So like when I first started with wrestling, I was like, so what can I do to get better? Because we don't have a ring. Like, and I was like, well, go put it on a mattress. You can't tell me you can't go anywhere. You can't go to a trampoline place. You can't go and learn your
but
acrobatics
not
or
only that,
anything.
but here's the thing though. It's not even that. You can practice it 100 times. If you're doing it wrong 100 times, then it's
It's
gonna be the
still gonna
same.
be crap. Yep.
But here's the thing. Okay, you're doing it wrong. Do it this way. It's gonna be better. And then you come and actually follow through and do it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're doing it the right way. So now you have that. Oh, I did it right. That was my problem. Savio Vega was the one that corrected my arm drag. I used to take it to the side. I
Oh,
had this, and I would get over. Don't get me wrong, I'd get over, but I would take it to the side. He's like, "That's not what you do an arm drag." He's like, "Bro,
yep.
do a front flip like a hip toss." And I went, "What?" He's like, "You're doing it wrong. Do it like a hip toss. You'll get over. It'll be nice." And I went, "Okay." He's like, "The next time I see you, that's what I want to see." And I went, "Okay." And then when I did it just like that. And it was phenomenal. So I learned. That's all it is. It's just wanting to get better.
Right. So I do want to know before we definitely get on to the main topic that we're gonna really get. What are some of the things that you see kids now doing? Are they more just based off the moves, or are they looking at the showmanship, the actorship? Like you got to sell the match, and this is something I tell people all the time. Every match needs to be different. You can never have the same match. If you have the same match, you're already digressing. The crowd's gonna look at you and go, "Man, I already saw
We
this."
just saw
Like,
this. The problem is a lot of people watch too much TV.
yes,
And don't get me wrong, I'm gonna use these guys as an example. You had Ricochet in WWE, and you have Will Ospreay in AEW. They're mirror images of their style. So when you watch AEW, you just saw Will Ospreay do this Izzy with his backflip and da da da. Then you watch WWE before he left, obviously, and then you have him doing an Izzy with the backflip and then it's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. And that's the problem. Try to be different. Don't listen. If you can do the move, great, but make it your own. Give it your flair.
make that moment, and that's the thing. Like timing, make sure it makes
Listen,
sense.
I do this move. It's a roll. I do it all the time. No one else does it. I recently saw someone do it, and I almost wanted to lose it because no one else does it, and I did it because it wasn't my role. Feel me? It wasn't like I do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't get mad because it was still different. It's the same move, just different. So just learn your craft. Learn how to be a character that gets a reaction, and learn how that you don't have to do 100 moves to get the reaction. But at the same
Yes,
time, you want to be a guy that if you have to go, you
you
can
gotta switch.
go.
Yeah.
Because there need to be different gears. You got to
Mhm.
have the small, slowly, and then no, let's go.
Yep.
Because
I
that will
like that.
put you over.
I like that, and that's that deliverance. And like you just said, a great example, Ricochet. in my opinion, he's a great talent, great, phenomenal athlete, whatever. My biggest thing, what I would have done if I was him, I would ask Tony, give me the mic and let me work on my promo. Let me get my promo skills to the top that I could show you I can be the main eventer. I could show you to be that guy. And you said the great
Yep.
example, with Ricochet and Will Ospreay. If I'm having a match like that on the card, no other match is going to be like that. Period.
That's it.
Because that's
It.
I would be making Orange Cassidy do his little in the pockets, do the little gimmick kicks, make it different. If I'm going to have a
Yep.
match like that, I'm going to have that as the big showcase. Nobody's flipping, nobody's jumping off the top rope, nothing. I'm going to let
Just
that
me.
be the solidification, keep that
And that's
sacred.
the problem. But that's what happens in the indies a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
Every match really looks like the next one.
It's the same
That's why when I
freaking
run my
thing.
shows, I go and I'll tell everyone, this is what I want, this is what I want, da, 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 da. And then I'll have certain people go, hey, handle your finish, handle your finish. But I make sure they all hear the finishes of the matches. That way they don't come and say, oh, well, I'm going to do this roll up. The match before you just did a roll up. Why are you going to do that? It's just a thing of knowing what to do and when to do it.
See, my thing is what I like to do in the match. I like to get the crowd. I get the
Mm-hmm.
crowd going before we touch. Especially,
Yeah.
shout out to Class Pro Wrestling. For me and Mexican Mayhem. I saw the promo that he cut on me. We're gonna headline this event that's coming up. We're gonna be the main event and stuff like that. And my main goal is I always make sure we get the crowd involved instantly before we touch. That's the goal to do, and that's something that
Yeah.
people fail on. And like I said, the guys that we did on the show, shout out to the Trunk or Treat for DCCW. The guys before us, they were upset because they were just about the motion. They were just movement. The crowd couldn't
They
understand
forget
what they were doing. Like they're
and
not
they forget
telling
the
them, why
bigger
are you grabbing the arm? Why are you in the headlock? Like you
exactly.
got to show
Exactly.
that characteristics thing. Like I tell people all the time, if I got your arm, I'm going to twist very slowly and make that believable that your arm is so damn strong. When I get you finally around, that reaction is like, oh my God, he got it. He did it. He did it.
Yep.
Like it's those simple things people lose the fact. And I tell people, man, you're going to appreciate this business more and you get more of a longevity at the same time when you can learn how to tell why you're punching, why you
Mm-hmm.
just did that arm wringer. Like
Yep.
those are the simple things. And then you powder out and you get the crowd more involved than you just doing drop kick, up, down, blah, 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 blah. And then y'all do a kip up and y'all just sit there and look at each other. And the crowd goes,
Yep.
what? But hey, man, so Hound Dog, you do have a big event coming up next Sunday. You want to talk about it?
You mean Mr. Mullet Shake Man himself? Bro, no one's gonna do it better like the D-O-double-G, baby. I got Jules Bradley, Mr. Shiny, Mr. Mullet Man himself. I love the guy. I love him. He's phenomenal. He's a very good young.
He's
Well, I
very
don't know.
young in the business, but he has done a
He's young in the
lot
business.
in
Yeah,
the
he's
2
young in the
years.
business. But man, he's just someone I'm willing to work with. I want to work with. I want to bring out the best in him. Um, but I'm gonna teach him a thing or two. Uh, I think he bit off more than he could chew because he wanted this. He wanted it. And don't get me wrong, I truly wanted to work him. So now I have a chance to do that. And it's going to be a clinic for him. I think by the time we're done, he's here now. I think he'll be here. I'll bring out the best in Jules Bradley. And I might also showcase some stuff that people haven't seen from me in a while.
Yeah, I like it. So obviously, like you just said, we are talking about a big event coming up next Sunday. That's right.
Yep.
You will be going against Mr. Mullet Shake himself. He's been called the shiny one. This dude's got 90 different slogans. I can't keep up with all the slogans this man's got.
But I don't care because I got Doggy Shake. Come on, I got Doggy Shake.
I'm telling you, man, if you come out to that, that's the best thing that's going to go around. I think
I
that's going to
should
be
come out with his
phenomenal.
music and do it better than him.
Like y'all should just do a hair shake contest. You know, he's
A
got his
shake off.
mullet, you got the hair, yeah, and that's entertaining. That's the sad thing. People don't realize that is the entertaining thing for the show. It
Yep.
shows them to get more invested into it. Like, oh, these guys can play with this, but also they can go
We
at
can
it.
do it.
Like
We
they
can do
can
that.
beat
We can
the
go at it.
living daylights out of each other.
Hmm.
What's going
It's
on,
gonna
man?
be.
How you doing?
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
To
The
watch
middle
this
of the
real
woods, setting up for stuff.
Dog, see you guys next
See
week.
you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We
See
will
you
see
next
you
week.
later, Jason. We will see you later. Shout out to Clash Pro Wrestling. Like we said, man, we got a big event next Sunday,
Flash Pro
guys.
Wrestling.
If you're in the area, come out. It doesn't cost you a dime. A dime. You bring an unwrapped gift, you're in. That's it. You get a
In like Flynn, baby. In
comedy and
like
wrestling,
Flynn.
baby.
You're gonna
It's a
laugh and
big.
fight
I
all
think
at
it's an
once.
all day event. I think it's an all day event. I think they're serving breakfast, dinner, all that. Like they're doing
Oh damn! So that
everything.
means this dog like to eat, so I'm about to be there extra early. Okay, I got you. Got you.
So as we know, Hound Dog will be there early. So if you can get some pics, he'll be there. So Hound Dog, obviously, before we end this, man, is there any last things you want to say? Is there anything you want to say to your opponent coming up this next upcoming Sunday? And man, I appreciate
Jules,
you coming on, man.
I appreciate being here. I'm just gonna say, Jules, be ready to have fun and learn your craft. Because I'm gonna teach you if you haven't learned yet. That's one. Two, I want all you guys to come up, watch some good wrestling, bring some toys. Toy drives are really good. There's a lot of families out there that can use help because Santa Claus can only do but so much. And and that's it, man. Let's just have fun. Life's too short. Let's have fun. Let's do this time for the kids, for the fans, and let's just have fun. That's all. I'm about that having fun.
I love it. I love it. And like you just said, man, we're here for the moments now. This ain't like, we're really worried about who's watching us, whatever. Like, we're going to give you a good show, but we have our purposes. Like, I can
Yep.
tell from both of us, we're both parents. And like I said,
Amen.
I told
Yep.
you behind the scenes, my moment was I got to hold my daughter in the show. Like, obviously, I wear a
We were just
mask.
talking.
I have an identity type scenario, but for me to bring her out and wave her arm like that, that's better
Yep.
than any championship I've ever received. And
And,
seeing
and
that,
and me in my case is it's the whole point of I put time with my son to teach him my craft, and he respects the craft just as much as I do. So I have the opportunity to become tag champions with him in a company like WWN who has history, and to be the only father and son duo ever do it at WWN. It was a big thing. It was,
you're the
and
new LeBron and into wrestling. How you feel?
yeah,
You're the new
I don't know,
LeBron.
man.
And he's good,
The
though. And he's good. We're not throwing shots at LeBron, but he's
no,
good.
no, because listen, I'm the second coming, bro. You had what's his name do it first? Come on, Dominic and
Oh, yeah, Dominic and Ray. Yeah,
and
yeah,
Ray.
that one, that's pretty much a more untouchable in a way. Like, just
but
seeing what
again,
Don is
but
doing right now. Like, yeah.
oh my god, so it's over the top. He's probably the most entertaining heel ever in a long, long time. So, but it's good. It's good. TV's good. Wrestling is new. It's become new again, and that's what people want to look at, the newness, not the old. Let's look at the new stuff that we're able to do now.
Yeah, I love that. So obviously, seeing what independent is now compared to what you witnessed when you first came in. Like, what are some of the goods of it, and what are some of the things that still needs to be a refocus?
The good in it is that you have a lot of talent out there that's very talented, and they're looking phenomenal. Uh, the talent out there is very, very, very good. And even though at my age I'm having to still work at a high level, at 45 I'm working at a high level. I've had opportunities to work guys that they never thought they'd get a chance to work me, and then they work me, and they're like, "Bro, I've been surprised. Like you surprised me how good you are." Um, and to have your peers say that, all ages, it's actually rewarding because that sometimes I don't think I'm good enough to get that respect, but I've earned it. Um, That's probably the good thing of business. A lot of people just know how to respect where it should be at. The bad thing about the business is some of these new guys don't know how to take criticism, and then they want to talk over you. If I would have talked over any trainer, any vet,
We wouldn't be
my
in the
trainer would.
business.
I just had an issue with someone. I'm not gonna throw his name out there because he's young and he's learned. I told him and he learned. But I had a guy and I told him, I was like, bro, I was trying to talk to him. And he started talking over me. I was like, bro, has anyone told you to shut the fuck up? A man with 25 years doing this shit who's been around the world a little bit is telling you something. You should shut up and listen. You might get more out of this than you should think. And he just like shut down immediately. And he apologized. I was like, don't apologize. Learn from your mistake. That's what you got to do. You're gonna get better by telling a trainer, because I train people on how to do this stuff. Shut up and listen and learn. And and a lot of guys do that. A lot of guys give you the, oh yeah, oh I know that. Motherfucker, you don't know it, because if you did know it, you would have done it.
You wouldn't have done it. Yep. Hey man, I love that, man. Rafeal, man, I appreciate you, man. It's gonna be awesome to share the locker room with you next week.
It's gonna
I'm
be my
looking
honor.
forward to Williston. I'm looking forward to being in Williston, Florida. We will be at the Ambits Post 444. We can't say it enough, guys. Make sure you come out. It's a toy drive, guys. You can't go wrong with it. It's December 1st. We're opening up
December
24
1st.
days until Christmas. You know, you got the movies Home Alone, you know, Jingle
Oh,
All the
God.
Way, all that. Come out and do
Forget
some pro
that, man.
wrestling
Die
with us,
Hard.
man.
Die
Die
Hard.
Hard. Yeah, Die Hard. No, I will say this. That Santa Claus movie that just came out 2 years ago, the Die Hard one of my favorite films. Like, it was
Yeah.
phenomenal. I was
Yep,
so, and
yep.
I was like adamant I would not watch it until it was around Christmas time. Like, I waited almost another year just so I was like, I'm not
Just to
watching
get to watch it. Yep.
Yeah, so that was an awesome film. Obviously, I want to check out some of the new ones they got coming out. But man, 24 days until Christmas, we are going to be live performing for y'all. American Prodigy is going to be there.
Mhm.
We got Hound Dogs going to be there. We got Jules Bradley's going to be there. We've got a great lineup coming, guys. So
It'll be a great
be
show.
ready. The question is, are y'all? So, Hound Dog, I greatly appreciate you coming on today, man. You hit me up. We will definitely set this back up. Maybe even do it like a watch along and give a critique and see like what some things that we could look at and maybe help some of these young guys and stuff like that.
I'm all about helping everyone. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. That's all. I'm about helping and want to get people better.
Is there any links or anything that you want anyone to know about?
I just tell everyone, watch anything on that says AMP Pro Wrestling and Training, or anything on WWN Live, any of those, or look for me at my Facebook, Rafael Gonzalez, and you might see some stuff there that you might want to see.
Hey man, the links are below, guys. Check them out. Like we said, we can't say it anymore. We will be there next Sunday at 2 p.m. It's not a night show, so you ain't got an
It's an
excuse. It's
afternoon.
going to be perfect timing. So come out, bring an unwrapped gift. It's going to be an all-day event. Please come out. Shout out to Clash Pro Wrestling for putting this together, and hopefully many, many more. But guys, this has been another great episode of Buzzing with Marlowe. And if you are new to the channel, make sure you like, share, most importantly, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Please, please, please. That's how we grow. That's how it's going to be. We have so much content that's going to be there every week. We will have more interviews coming up for the upcoming show next Sunday. So, guys, this has been another great one. We will see y'all next week. So, y'all have a great one. And more importantly, have a great weekend. Y'all have a good one.